Hey guys, KiraKennedy here with the December 9th edition of Vlogmas. For those of you who do not know, Vlogmas is a series where we'll be posting a video blog every single day in the month of December in order to make good for the fact that I had to basically drop out of Vita after a week due to internet issues. Today I kind of wanted to talk about the whole Patreon situation. For those of you who don't know, I'll post a link in the description below to the blog. The long and short of it is, Patreon's always kind of taken fees from their creators. Basically, I think the numbers they gave were that Patreon creators only saw, I think, 80 to 88% of their payout at the beginning of the month, and they decided to change that recently, so that creators would see up to 95%. Basically, like, they still take 5% off the top from creators, which doesn't sound so bad until you realize where the rest of the fees are coming from. The rest of those fees have now been moved over to the patrons. Basically, I think the numbers they gave were 2.9% plus 35 cents. Basically meaning if you're part of the lowest tier, which is the dollar tiers, you're paying almost $1.40 for with that extra 38 cents basically being tacked on to your $1 donation. And basically this has caused patrons who donate to the smaller tiers of a campaign to basically drop out en masse. This has been really hurtful for smaller campaigns, and a lot of people have been speaking out about it, basically. They did try to do some damage control, as you'll see in the blog post, but from what I've been reading, it's been very obvious damage control, and it hasn't really helped the situation. I think there was one point where they fully mentioned that they would rather have the big-time creators there than the smaller creators, which I can understand from a business sense. They want to make money. The problem is you're also screwing the little guy in the process, and that was something I had always been frustrated about with YouTube. But this especially frustrates me personally because I was going to do a huge revamp for my campaign for the new year. Basically, I still might do it, but I don't even know how much longer I'm going to have a Patreon, to be honest. This is kind of like a last-ditch effort to try, but basically, my idea was going to be I was going to compress everything into the $1 tier, because looking at it now, I really don't think I have a need like a justifiable reason to have a $5 tier or a $10 tier. So I'm going to try that. But if that doesn't work, I'm looking into other options as well. Probably going to set up I don't know how it's pronounced, a Ko-fi or a Ko-fi or a Ko-fi page. Basically, it's a link that lets fans donate to you. It's almost like a tip jar, I guess. That's the gist I got from looking at their website. So I'm definitely gonna set up one of those. I did look into Kickstarter's alternative that they're doing, basically called Drip. It's not available to the public yet, but I did sign up for a mailing list to let us know when it was. So if and when that comes about, I'll look into that, and if that seems like a better alternative to Patreon, I'm definitely going to be on board with that. It doesn't seem like one of those sites that will go the way of VidMe, which, speaking of which, this has been a bad month for creators in that sense, VidMe is shutting down on the 15th. You've got these changes to Patreon being implemented on the 18th. It's one of those times where it's just really frustrating to be a small-time creator. So I kind of want to end today's video, which has been a bit of a downer, I'll admit. I kind of want to get your thoughts on this whole situation. What are your thoughts on the Patreon situation? Do you think they're justified? Do you think they're right to do what they're doing? Let me know in the comments below. And until then, thank you guys as always for watching. If you guys would like to follow me on social media, the links are down below in the description. I'm honestly, part of me is wondering if I should even still plug my Patreon, just after all the stuff I've said about today. If you do, if you still feel like you want to contribute, the link for Patreon is down below in the description as well. But if you guys would also like to check out any of my past work, my Let's Plays, my stream archives, even my reviews, you can do so at peanutbutterdisaster.com. So until tomorrow, which will hopefully be a lot lighter a topic, I'm KiraKennedy, and thank you for watching.
Peanut butter disaster.